Since my last fight, I got COVID twice and had long COVID both times.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. You're in Las Vegas. Have you been there for a while or did you just arrive?
I've been out here for a little while. I decided to do my whole camp out here this time. Been out for about a year, so I wanted to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that this camp and this fight goes as well as it can.
For sure. And what's the combination? Like, who are your coaches? Who are your training partners? Like, who are you working with for this one?
I've done a lot of, I call it a pre-camp over in Germany, where I worked on most of the tactical stuff, a lot of the technical stuff. Over here, I'm mostly drilling and sparring, and just sharpening everything, getting everything ready.
And how has it been having the PI there? I'm pretty sure it's been a lot of help, just taking care of, like the food and, even like physical therapy, like this all stuff that's free.
Yeah, having the PI is a great resource because one of the main reasons I like to come out here for my camps is everything that you need is just right there. You go in there and you get your food, you get your physical therapy, you get your sauna. There's training that you can get coaches and training partners and just train right there. So it's all sort of right there. And then a lot of the gyms are very nearby. So this is all very centralized, all very streamlined, and just easier.
Has anybody ever stolen your food?
No, but there's just so much food over there for the fighters that, like, why would they steal it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I've heard some stories like there's, how they have your like food already made for you and then it's all in the fridge and sometimes it goes missing and I'm just like, I wonder who's taking those. Maybe teammates.
On the other side of things, there are some people who have their orders automatically in, and they just don't pick it up, and you see like 5 orders of the same person, and they just don't pick it up.
Wow. Luxury. That's a luxury right there, right? All right, let's rewind, man, back to the past year and a couple of months, man. What you've been up to? Like, were you, figuring out injuries? What was going on?
Uh, since my last fight, I got COVID twice and had long COVID both times. So I was, yeah, took a bit of a break. My sister got married last fall, and so we celebrated there. That's probably where I caught it. And then went back to Germany and just couldn't really do anything cardio wise for a couple months until about end of February, March. Started feeling better. Signed up for a grappling tournament to sort of get back into things. Was hoping to get a fight, and I caught it again. So felt good for about 2-3 weeks, and then got sick again. The UFC offered me a fight around that time. Actually, right around like the perfect time that I really would have liked to take a fight. Had to say no. Just yeah, I fought with long COVID once before, and I'm never doing it again. So
Yeah, I remember that. Was that on Fight Island?
no, that was here at the Apex. That was my
Okay.
debut against. Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah,
Kyle Dawkins, yeah.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Um, and yeah, so I'm not doing that again. So I said no. I'm sorry, can't do the fight. Need to get healthy first, but hopefully soon. And then I did feel better. Was just about going to tell him, hey, I'm feeling better. Let's go find a fight. And then I caught it again, hoping that it would go away quickly because I've had it before once. I've had COVID 4 times now, so this has been a thing. And one time I didn't get long COVID, and so I was hoping, okay, especially that fourth time, it was the worst COVID symptoms I've had. So I was hoping, okay, I hope my body has just processed it all, and maybe we'll get over this quickly. It didn't, and then it felt awful until about June. Started working my way back up, and then we started looking for a fight, but we didn't end up getting one. They offered me one in like July, I think, and it was just a little bit too. It was rushing it too much. I was just starting to feel better, and I was like, maybe like September would be good. But then now they gave me one in December, so yeah, gave me more time to get fit, get healthy, and get ready to go.
Yeah, you'd figure, if you had COVID already, your body would build up some defenses against COVID more. But I guess the COVID is mutating, so it's like if you do catch COVID again, it's a different strain of COVID. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I mean, it's just like the any other uh, coronavirus, like the seasonal flu changes every season. So you can get immune to it one season, and then 6 months later, there's a new one that can get you.
Yeah.
So
How was it? Were you hospitalized or anything like that?
the only time I went to the hospital for it was the first time. After the fight, I felt really really bad. Like it felt like my heart was having heart tremors, and for about 2 weeks after the fight, I just felt really really bad. So there, I did go to the hospital. They just ran every test they could think of on me. Um, couldn't really find anything concrete, which I mean is good. They checked all the boxes. Okay, it's not dangerous. Rest, recover, and you'll get over it. And that was the case. But it was definitely scary the first time because you didn't really know. Okay, is there something actually wrong with my heart or lungs or what's going on here? But the other times, having gone through that before, I knew what it was about. It was just you're just tired all the time, tired, and everything hurts for months. So it's not fun, but it's not awful.
So you just kind of like shut yourself away from everybody else, and just try to recover that way.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I'm not contagious anymore, I'm still going out, trying to move. I just focused on teaching, and I have a little gym over where I live in Germersheim. So I just focused on doing that and getting other things worked on. Um, had a lot going on with friends and family and my private life. So yeah, had a lot to do. Just focus on other things other than fighting.
Do you feel like other parts of your body, maybe you had some niggles or little small injuries, they healed up because you weren't training as much as you usually would be?
Not really, because your body still feels sore and awful through the whole thing. So um, yeah, not really.
Mhm.
But I don't have anything too serious anyway. It's just
Okay.
the typical aches and pains that a fighter has, but don't have any serious injuries.
All right, let's talk about the opponent, man. Puna Soriano. What are your thoughts on him? He's a big hitter. That's what he's known for. Outside of that, what do you think of?
I think it's a great fight. I think it's a good fight for the fans, and I think it's a good fight for me. I like that kind of style. Obviously, there's a lot of um, danger, and if he does clip you, he is throwing hard, so you need to watch out for that. But the thing with big hitters is they're usually also very open for counters. So I just got to be sharp, got to keep my defense up, and look for the openings. But it's a good fight. I think I've sparred with him before. He's also out here in Vegas. I see him like every other day. Uh, but yeah, it, yeah, he's very well rounded, powerful, athletic, good. But I think I can edge him out just about everywhere, at least from a technical side of things. So, but yeah, it doesn't matter if you're better if you get clipped.
Yeah, that changes the whole. Mike Tyson said it best, right? You're the best in the world until you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
you know. Now, yeah, how odd is that, man? Like seeing your opponent every other day and just crossing because I know he's a nice guy, like he's a
Yeah.
friendly guy, but you're gonna fight him, so it's like you have to have some kind of like animalistic thing in you, right, against him a little bit, right? No.
No. I was actually just talking about this before I came out here. It is weird, but I have no animosity to him or to any other my other opponents that I've had. We say hi. We have a lot of people um, that I've trained with that now train with him. So there's a lot of crossover there. there's not really any surprises probably for either of us. Um, yeah, we're both professionals. The way I see it is we're obviously the 15 minutes that we're in the cage, I'm trying to hurt him. So it's not a nice time. But up until that point and after that point, we're business partners. We're both in there to go in, uh, earn some money, feed our families. That's it. So, especially, yeah, obviously it's sort of weird. You see him and it's like, oh, I was just training to punch you in the face. So it's a little weird, but the other side of things, like I'm grateful that he's there. I'm grateful that I have an opponent. So why should I hate the guy? And he's nice. Puna's super nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super nice guy. You're super nice as well. You know what I mean? So it's like two nice guys seeing each other and be like, we're gonna fight each other, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
kind of awkward a little
The
bit.
15 minutes will be violent, but up
Yeah,
until then, after that, nah,
it's all good. It's all
I
good,
don't have
right?
time or energy for that sort of drama.
Yeah. So you said you think you sparred him in the past. Why do you say you think you did? Like you don't really
I didn't know who
remember?
he was at the time.
Um,
A couple of years ago, I was, or I don't even remember when, but I've trained at Extreme Couture before. As I said, I have training partners and friends over there, and I'm pretty sure we sparred once, like a round, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't.
There's a lot of guys you probably sparred in the past that you just don't remember,
Yeah,
and they're in it.
there's a lot of guys over there in our weight class. I'm terrible with names, and I'm like write it down in my journal. Today I sparred against Sean and Chris Curtis and Puna. No, I don't know. So, but I think I did. And he definitely looked very familiar as soon as I saw that I was fighting.
Are you getting any rounds with Sean Strickland?
No, not at this point because he and Puna train at Extreme. I might do some like a wrestling class with him next week, but uh, I, yeah, not
Yeah,
this
Sean's
time.
kind of like a nomad in a way, though. He's at Syndicate. He's at Extreme.
No, he's at Extreme Couture.
Oh, like
Yeah,
exclusively
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
He had a fallout with the guys at Syndicate
Okay.
at some point and switched over. So he's pretty much there and at the PI, and that's it. So,
All right.
so I
And
was planning to do a lot of training with him and Chris and some of the other guys that I know at Extreme, but my opponent's over there.
yeah,
Yeah,
that would make it awkward, right? Like
make
you
it
see each other
a
at the
little weird.
PI and at Extreme, it'd be just like odd.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be a bit much.
Yeah. And in this last fight, in Soriano's last fight, right, against Roman Kopylov, what did you think of that performance?
Um, I've watched the fight, but it's been a while, and I don't actually remember how it went. So, uh, I I'm trying not to get too focused on specific things, which is a little bit hard for me because I tend to focus really hard on some things. But I've done that too much in some of my other fights, so I'm trying to take a step back from that. And I watched his fights, looked at some of the tendencies that he has, and now I'm just trying to leave it um, and leave that to my coaches to pick up other details and then just leave me with the general like the general thing that he tends to do, so I can find training partners and brainstorm things that might work well against that without getting too focused on the details.
Do you watch your opponent's fights during fight week? Because I know some fighters they'll watch it like at the beginning of camp, and then they'll do their camp and then fight week to get them kind of more into the mood of like facing off against their opponent. They
I
watch it
might,
again.
I might. Yeah, I'll see. I'll
Mhm.
talk to my coaches when they come over here, and we'll decide whether we want to do that or not.
With Puna, I mean, he swings so big, I mean, like he's using so much power. And do you feel like cardio is a weapon that you're going to be able to utilize in this fight?
I mean, he is very athletic, and his cardio is very good, but he can gas himself out just because of the energy that he expends. So long term plan is, yeah, to slowly grind him out and pick him apart. But as I said before, if you're swinging for the fences, you're also leaving openings. So if I can get a good counter strike in there, get a good takedown for the finish, that's obviously I want the finish. I want a bonus. I want to go home with a full pocket. So um, long term goal, just try to wear them out. But yeah, if I see an opening, I'm going to take it.
What do you think is at risk career wise with this matchup, with this fight for you?
I try not to think about it too much. I was pretty sure that I was going to get cut after the Meerschaert fight. So any fight beyond that, I'm just thankful to be here. So um, yeah, I'm just going in there to do my best and see what happens. I don't need. Yeah, yeah, and I don't need this. I can do other things with my life, um, but I want to do this as well as I can and get as far as I can. So yeah.
You, I remember the interviews, like in the beginning we were doing. You talked about like the degrees that you have. Like, what did you study?
I have a degree in German as a foreign language and
Mhm.
economics, and then I have a master's degree in translation.
Wow, yeah, yeah, that you could probably use heavily. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah,
pretty good combination.
yeah, it's not a super high paying route to go, but it is something that I'm trained to do professionally and I can do. Um, yeah, along with other things that I can tinker and sort of do.
You know, jujitsu is another good pathway as well, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a nice little like a joker in your back pocket. Jujitsu, you know, high level. If you can teach it, man, it's a lot
yeah,
of people are willing to pay.
yeah. I do also do a lot of seminars and have a little school that I'm running right now. So um, when I'm done fighting, I definitely want to grow that side of things and teach more and invest more time into giving back the knowledge that I've gotten over the years, and yeah, among all the other little side projects that I would love to do with tinkering and making things and translation and whatever. So there's a lot of them.
Nice, nice, man. It's good. It's great to see. Great to see. One last thing, man. I wanted to get your thoughts on like USADA. You know, and your experiences with them. Did you feel like they did a good job, or were your experiences not so good with them? How did everything go with you?
My only experience with USADA is getting drug tested, which it doesn't matter how well of a good job they're doing. I'm not taking anything. So um, for me, I appreciated that they were there, and I appreciated that they were trying to make the sport clean. I just really didn't like filling out my whereabouts, and I really didn't like them just showing up to my house. Um, I don't know how it's going to look with the new organization that's coming in. They say it's going to be very similar, so I don't know.
It's like having a probation officer, but you didn't commit any crimes.
It's so annoying. So I hate it so much because yeah, again, it's cool that they're doing it. I mean, it's good for the sport, but as an athlete, especially when you know, like, I'm not taking anything. If anything shows up, like, even the only supplements I take are things that I get from the UFC.
Yeah.
Um, so even if like the picograms would show up or whatever,
Mhm.
I'm not actually taking anything. I'm not doing anything that should get me popped. So it's frustrating to have to jump through all those loops to prove it when I know
Yeah.
that I'm not
It's,
doing anything.
in your mind, it's like a waste of time, basically, for
Yes,
in some way.
because I know my perspective and then I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything. I know it's a waste of time. Obviously, just asking fighters, "Hey, are you taking anything?" isn't the greatest idea for accountability. So I get it, but it is annoying.
Yeah, you're right, man. December 2nd, man. You're back in action in
Yep, looking
Vegas.
forward to it in
Yeah,
Austin.
all the best. What's up?
In Austin.
Oh, Austin.
Yeah,
Sorry. Austin.
yeah,
Yes, Austin, in Austin. Yeah, Austin, you're gonna be in front of the crowd. It's gonna be phenomenal, man. And afterwards get to enjoy all the Texas food. Are you familiar with those things?
I went to university in the South in Tennessee,
Okay.
so I got like a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I think Austin is culturally a little bit southeast,
Yeah.
but I won't be staying there long after the fight. I'm getting out of there pretty quickly so I can go see my family
Mm.
and then get back to Germany. Uh, it's gonna be too long. I'll be away for like 9 weeks at that point, so I
Wow.
want to go home at some point.